Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to the whole world. My name is Maria, and I practice astrology. And astrology became my life and a synonym for myself as well. So today we're going to talk about one very, very interesting topic. It's a topic that thrills me and excites me for a long time. And this topic is a part of the evolutionary astrology, and this is a topic about how our souls grow or develop, how our souls evolve through the time on the earth. One of the purposes why we are here on the earth. So I would like to mention here that we obviously live in the world of Kronos, in one very materialistic world. And in this world, what matters is our bodies and obviously money, but we are not going to talk about money today. So yes, I wanted to say that we pay attention to our bodies, which is our material side, but we are not only bodies. We are also we consist of body, mind, spirit, and soul. So there are more parts in us. So on the same way as our bodies grow, develop, and evolve, on the same way our souls evolve as well. In general, one soul can evolve for maximum 3 levels. And I will explain this, of course. This is because this has to do with the progressions, secondary progressions in astrology and progress chart. What does it mean? So when we are born, if we look at the position of our sun, so our sun is in one sign and in a specific degree of that sign. For example, if your sun is in 4 degrees of Virgo, so by progressions, your sun will move every year. Your sun will move for 1 degree. It means that from 4 degrees up to 30 degrees, there are 26 degrees. So it means that at age of 26, your soul will progress into the next sign, which is Libra. So and because one sign is 30 years, so maximum that one soul can evolve is 3 signs. So from Aries, Taurus, Gemini, or from your sign, 3 signs plus your sign, actually 2 signs plus your sign. So this is how much we can evolve. This is how much we should evolve, but also it depends on the degree of your sign, really. But we're going to talk about progressions in another video. So the topic of today's video is to see how to understand really how our souls develop and evolve during the years and during this incarnation in this world. So in order a soul to evolve, the soul needs to be reincarnated many times, because there are lots of lessons to be learned here. And the purpose of our living is to learn. The purpose, of course, that life has meaning and life has purpose. And the purpose is to evolve and grow and get wise, get to the wisdom stage, really. This is what I say it should happen. So when the sun progresses into the next zodiac sign, it means that the soul should evolve to the next level, but this also depends on the consciousness of that person. So it might not happen. It depends how this person knows himself, how this person is spiritually developed, and many other things. Unfortunately, most of the people live in the collective consciousness, or copying everybody around and not being themselves. So this evolution, unfortunately, does not apply to those souls. But we are going to talk about the ideal version of spiritual evolution, and also talking about science and how the soul evolves through the science. I will also talk about the low and the high vibrations, because also every zodiac sign has lower vibration and higher vibration. So, for example, when we are born with the lower vibration of that sun sign, and we need to develop the higher vibrations, because the sun sign, the characteristics of the sun sign is one of our missions. It's not our resource. The moon is what we get from previous lives. So the moon is our soul. So the spirit, the sun, we need to develop. And how we can develop our spirit? By raising our spiritual consciousness. So here we talk about spirit, raising our consciousness and connecting to the universe, to the spiritual world, really. Okay, we shall start with the first sign, and this is also, if we go by cycles, nature cycles, when everything starts to wake up from the big, let's say, dream, is the spring. So when we talk about spring, astrologically, the spring, the 21st of March is the first day of spring, and this is where everything starts. This is the beginning of the new year by nature, a new astrological year. And the 1st of January is just a date, so it doesn't mean anything really. It's just for, country's purposes and order in the society, really. But the real astrological new year starts with the spring, but when everybody starts to really awakens. And that's in general. If you want to know when your personal new year starts, it's not 1st of January, obviously. It's the day of your birthday. So I also, I think I made a video about solar return, our birthday, why we celebrate our birthday. If I haven't, I will. And the day of our birthday is the new start of your new year, new solar year by the sun. So our birthday is also very important. So when everything starts in the nature, like the beginning of everything, this is the spring, and this starts with the energy of the first sign, the first fire risky sign, the warrior that doesn't fear anything. And this is the sign, you can guess, Aries. So Aries motto is I am, I exist. I don't care about obstacles. I don't care about retrograde planets or other circumstances. I am. I will exist. And this is the moment when the soul risks, and when the soul decides to incarnate into the earth. And this is actually the moment of conception of the soul, when the two people who love each other, they make this creation of love, which is a child. So this is the conception of the baby, and this is very risky for the soul, because obviously it's not easy to incarnate. There's a lot of fight there, and only one of these little things really succeed into this. So the Aries is the sign, the energy of the beginning. So Aries is everywhere, really, as an energy. So we now talk about energies. We start anything, any project with Aries. We start going to the gym, because this is the initial thought. So we don't really think about it. We do it by instinct. It's our initial thought. And we can also compare this to imagine snowdrops. It's still winter, it's still cold, there's a lot of snow, but the brave snowdrops, they burst through the snow, and they decided to see the sun no matter what, no matter what will happen with them after that, if they will get dry or get they don't really care. So this is the motto of Aries: I am, I exist. And Aries as energy, so it's fire sign, it's cardinal sign, which is starting new things, getting into the risk, when people are born with Aries, I'm going to talk about sun sign, but also if there is somebody who has stellium, it means small planet in Aries, this also would give you a lot of Arian energy. Also Aries ascendant will give you lots of like warrior-like personality. So it's for everybody who has really a strong Aries in them. So in the first years, as I said, when we are younger, we manifest the lower vibration of Aries. So these people can be angry, egoistic, aggressive, prone to scandals. They just want to show themselves. The ego is very important for Aries. So don't even dare to try to diminish their ego, because this will be the end of the game, really. They're ready to confront you, to fight for their ego. So ego is very important for Aries, because this is their self, their identity, I am. And actually the sun is the strongest in Aries, because we say planets, they're strong and weak planets. So strong planets are strong planets are with very like open and ongoing energy. So in Aries, in general, in all fire signs, sun is strong, but in Aries, sun is in the strongest position. So Aries sign would be great for a man, because it will give him like risk, bravery to go to conquer the world, not think too much. And if some woman, on the other hand, has a strong Aries energy, of course, it could be great for her, because she will be strong. But on the other hand, she might have problems finding a partner, really, because she is a female, a woman, and she has very strong masculine energy in her. And lots of men would like a feminine woman, not really masculine woman, but that's another topic when we talk about masculine and feminine energy, which is a great topic as well. I love it. So I might make a video about the masculine and feminine energy as well. I can't see your comments here. Yes. Hi, Milka is here, Stanislava, Violetka, hello everybody. I hope you like my topic today. I'm very excited about it. So we said the lower vibrations of Aries are this: egoistic, narcissistic people, selfish, willful, I will do it no matter what. I will go against the wall with my head, with my horns. And yes, Aries rules head in general, because every zodiac sign rules certain part of the body. So Aries rules with the head. So if you have strong Aries energy in your birth chart, you might have a lot of headaches, because this is where the adrenaline comes, really. So these people needs to do lots of physical activities, needs to express themselves, because this is, as I mentioned, the first risky energy, the first it's like an arrow. It needs to shoot somewhere. It needs to really express what it in this person. The higher vibration of Aries, and this is the vibration that the person needs to develop throughout life. And here we need at least 36 years, sometimes even 40, to come to the higher vibration. And this happens when the person connects to himself, knows himself, knows what he wants. There's no chaos in this person. Then he can develop this higher vibration of Aries. So the higher vibration of Aries will bring courageous person, energetic person who is good to be a leader, who is a motivation and idol to other people. So who can go and risk ahead, but also at the same time help other people, and other people see this person as an idol, really. So this power in Aries needs to be used constructively, really, rather than destructively. Because in the lower vibration, as we said, with the conflicts and aggression, Aryan energy can be destructive. And this is the energy of all the wars. War is represented by Aries, because Aries is the warrior that goes to war, Ares in the Greek mythology. So this is destructive. All wars are destructive. So see how high level of consciousness we have on the earth. We use this lovely energy of starting for destructive purposes. So we need to work a lot on our collective consciousness, because the collective consciousness on this earth is on a very low level. Right, let's start. Let's go to the next sign. So we said that with the Aries, everything starts, the new life starts, the new life incarnates into the earth. The baby is born. He risks. It's not easy to go like the snowdrop, to go through the snow and face lots of challenges. It's not easy. And then the next sign, what comes when the baby is born, he grows a little bit. This baby realizes that, oh, I have a body, I have hands, I have legs, I have head. So the baby realized that he has possessions. So the Taurus is a sign, the energy of possessions. So Taurus is energy that is also deeply rooted in the sensual world. So to feel the world. The Taurus rules with the five senses. To feel, to smell, to touch, to hear, to see, that's very natural. It's earth sign, so it needs to feel the sign. So once the baby is born, the baby would like the child, the little child, let's say now, he would like to feel this world, to really feel it with all the emotions. Because remember, emotions and experiences in this life are everything that our souls remember. Everything else, all the materialistic world we don't remember. So whatever a soul experience on an emotional level, these feelings carry on into next lives. We also bring emotions from our previous lives, which could be challenging or good emotions, but we will talk about this in another video as well. So Taurus, on the other hand, is not so rushing. Taurus can be Taurus actually can be passive, inflexible. Taurus people don't really like changes. They want to sit in their comfort zone. Venus rules with Taurus. So Taurus people like the energy. They like good food, to eat, to sleep, to feel life really. It's very different energy from the Aries. Unless, obviously, you don't provoke a Taurus, because this is the bull, unless you provoke the bull with the red rack. And then he can be very dangerous, really, because remember, the bull also has horns like Aries, like the ram. So, yes, we need to be careful with Taurus people. Don't make them angry as well. So the lower vibration, or I would say the initial vibration, the initial characteristics of a people with strong Taurian energy in them would be being very possessive, maybe keeping things for themselves. They don't want to share a lot, because this is my money and I wouldn't give you my money, because their possessions, the material things, makes them comfort. This is their comfort zone. They can be also stubborn. They can be self-indulgent, as we mentioned, a lot of food, a lot of drink, too much of everything, because Venus can be also very self-indulgent and luxury, and Venus rules with money as well. Venus rules, so this is the Taurian energy. So money, food, and overindulgence. This is obviously, as I mentioned, the low vibration. The high vibration of Taurus people would be grounded people, persistent, because with the Aries they can start something by rush, start a project but not finish it, On the other hand, Taurus are more persistent. When they do something, they do it. They're patient, and they do the job until the end. A Taurus person also should be like a bohemian person, know what he wants, knows himself first, know what he wants, what he doesn't want, and know how to live life to the fullest, really. So once the soul incarnated, risked to come on the earth, once the soul gained the body, obviously, and realized that the soul possesses this body, has some possessions, the next sign would be, I think. So here we comes to the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is also about communication, so it's the thought, it's ideas. I would like to express myself. And this is the stage in our childhood, in our development, when children start talking and they start expressing what they want, what they don't want, they're exchanging information. So I would mention here that today we live in this 3D world, the world of the Gemini, in the Mercurian world, because life is so quick, at least 2020. Life was so quick, everybody was rushing somewhere, like Speedy Gonzalez life. You eat on the go, you drink coffee on the go, you don't have time to see your friends, to see your partner, you don't have time for the family. That's why 2020 happened, because the universe wanted us to stop, think, and connect to ourselves so we can go to the next stage. You'll see which is the next stage. So as energy, Gemini, they are very curious. And this is also the stage in the development of the children when they start asking, Mommy, why is this here? Who made this? Why is this? Why? 1,000 questions why. So Gemini as an energy they're very curious people. And they also need change, and they need variety, they need stimulation, and they need something to be interesting. So if you have a child, for example, with a strong Gemini energy, you need to stimulate that person. Otherwise, your child will be bored, and he would ask for, like, give me something more. So you need to challenge them. You need to give them different things. So change, they like changes. So see, it's very different from Taurus. Taurus doesn't like changes, but Gemini really like changes. They like variety. Gemini person is somebody who would have 3 different jobs, going to 3 different places. Just they like really variety and talking. So again, I'm going to mention the low vibration of Gemini. So because Gemini, the sign is represented by twins, 2 people talking, really. So Gemini in the lower vibration, they can be two-faced people. It means one day they're good with you, next day they're not good with you. So you cannot really know who are they, because they go from this extreme to the other. They also, because they like gathering information, Mercury rules with Gemini, so they like knowing everything, a bit of everything. So I call them jack of all trades. So they want to know a bit of everything, but they just gather this information, and so they gather it, they tell it to other people. So they're kind of the lower vibration, I would mention again, is kind of gossiping around. So they don't really care about the information as a content, but just to talk something, because they're chatty, they like talking. They also they can be not very responsible people, and also flirting. In astrology, Gemini is the sign that can flirt and having affairs a lot, because, as I said, they can be two-faced people and act. One day I love this person, the next day I love the other person. But let's talk about the higher vibration of Gemini. What's the ideal world of Gemini? And obviously, when I talk about the signs, you can, guys, find yourself in which vibration are you of your sun sign, for example. So the higher vibration would be a sociable person, knowing how to communicate with everybody, no matter if it's somebody on a higher level or lowest level. They're very adaptable to any situation, so they're flexible. You can put them in China, in a royal family, they're okay. You can put them in India, in a more modest family, they're okay. So they're very flexible and they adapt to it. They're like chameleon. They adapt to every situation. They're also ready to share the information they have. So whatever they know, the knowledge, because Gemini also rules with the intellect, like intelligence. So they're ready to share this knowledge, this intelligence with other people. And because they are jack of all trades, they know everything. They have solution for every problem, really. So if you have a problem, talk to Gemini. He would try to solve your problem from a rational perspective, because there are not many emotions in Gemini. It's ratio, it's the rational mind. They're also funny, amusing, they like jokes, they're interesting for the other people. So that would be the higher vibration of Gemini. Now, we went through the spring. So we started the season with Aries, the snowdrop, the first shoots and leaves went through the snow. Then that's actually when the baby was born. Then the baby got possessions, body. Then the baby started talking. And now we're entering into the season of summer. And when it's summer, we feel warm. We feel easier. And when we start feeling the warmth, we now talk about emotions, feelings, and now we talk about the Cancer. So Cancer as the sign is the most feminine energy. So I talk about Aries as the most masculine energy. Cancer is the most gentle, the most tender feminine energy, and this represents the mother in astrology, because this is the love and the nurturing that the mother, and the emotions that the mother gives to the child. So once that child starts communicating, that child starts have emotions and feelings towards mother, towards parents. And Cancer as energy, as I said, is very tender. And this is, Cancer, the crab, the symbol of Cancer as energy is represented by a crab, because these people are very fragile and emotional, and they hide their emotion underneath their shell, because their shell protects them from being vulnerable, because they're really, really fragile. And see, all the symbolism makes sense. So nothing is just like that. Also, the Cancer is, nurturing, caring, as I mentioned. And Cancer rules with the breasts in the woman. And there was time when I was asking myself, the illness Cancer, why it was called Cancer. Well, because of the energy of Cancer, the sign, the constellation, because this is the most feminine energy. It's the mother, it's the nurturing, like it's the milk. It's something that it's essential for your life, the milk. And the milk is given through the breasts, ruled by Cancer. And that's why this disease, this illness was called Cancer, because it started first appearing on the woman's breast. Now you know one interesting information. Also, Cancer people can be very moody, because the moon rules with Cancer, and we know that the moon changes mood, changes phases, 8 phases. So these people can be very moody as well. And okay, the lower vibration of Cancer would be because they're very emotional. So they could not put into order the emotions. So they have a chaos of emotions. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they feel. So they're chaotic in themselves. They can be also cynical, not having confidence, scared to act, scared to do something in life. Because remember, when obstacle comes, it's like the crab. The crab comes out of the water from the sea. When he sees an obstacle, he hides into his shell. So this is also symbolism of Cancer people. And the higher vibration, as I mentioned, is the most beautiful and feminine energy. It's the mother, it's the nurturing, and these people would have like harmonious emotions. They would feel great with their emotional life, and feeling great with their emotional life, they also support other people emotionally. They are warm, caring, nurturing, mothering, and family and emotions are the topics that are number one for Cancer people. They are very family oriented, and they really care about their families. Okay, Leo, the next sign, Leo. So once the baby was born, had possession, started talking, started feeling, now the baby would like to express itself. And the motto of Leo is I will. And Leo as an energy rules with love in astrology, with creativity, with what comes from the heart. Because Leo is ruled by the sun, and you know, sun is the heart of the solar system. So Leo is the energy of love, and of being on the scene. Being all Hollywood stars, they usually have like strong Leo energy in them, because Leo is connected to being famous. Leo is connected to being royal. So you have to be important. And this is again a fire sign, like Aries. But for Leo, so if for Aries it was important to come to this world and to exist, for Leo now it's important to express what he has, because Leo now has the experience with the possessions and the communication and the emotion. So now Leo wants to express what he feels, what he knows. And this time is a transition from this 3D world of the Gemini, the Mercurian world, into the 5D, into the Leo energy, because we now need to experience love and creation. And before experiencing love, obviously, we need to go through a lot of tests. So the universe prepared us these lots of tests these years, and we need to pass the test and go into the new world of love, of creation, of child laughter, and this is going to be a beautiful world, but we have to really pass this difficult test, challenging test, I would say. And this happens for a reason, obviously. So Leo people are warm, they're exciting, they would like to be in the center, they would like to be on the scene, but they are also very loyal people. And they would like to shine and sparkle. So usually if you have a strong Leo energy, you like maybe gold colors, yellow colors, you like to have sparkles on yourself, glitters, because this is what your soul wants, really. So the low vibration of Leo would be to be self-centered and arrogant. And in my next video, we'll talk about the 7 deadly sins. So the pride is represented by the sun. So sun rules with Leo. So they can be arrogant people, because the ego is very strong in Leo. This is the lower vibration. They seek for attention. They can be bitter, unsatisfied, because what they need is love, really. This is the synonym that describes Leo people, love. So they need to be loved. The higher vibration, on the other hand, is to live and love from the heart. So Leo people, or if you have strong Leo energy in your birth chart, you have to really do things from heart. Otherwise, you won't be happy. Your soul will not be happy. You will need to do things through your heart, whatever you really feel to do. And Leo people are generous, confident. They like the drama in a positive sense. They are fun, amusing. They have lots of talents because Leo also rules with lots of creativity and talents. So to do something, to create new things, new projects, you need Leo energy in yourself, and you need to do it out of love. You need to love what you're doing. Next sign, and this is the last sign of the I zone. You know, the zodiac signs, the energies, the 12 energies are divided into 2 zones. So one is the first 6 signs are I zones because the soul is oriented towards herself, and the next 6 signs are we zone. So now we are more open to connect to other people, and we came to the sign of Virgo. The motto of Virgo is I analyze or I organize. So what happens now? The soul was born with body, feelings, expression, and now all these things can make a chaos into the person, right? So what does Virgo do? She, I would call her she because it's a feminine energy. She analyzes and organizes all this to make it into order. And this is just to prepare yourself for the next stage to connect with somebody. And I have spoken in my other videos that if somebody is looking for a partner, this person cannot find a partner if he's in chaos himself. He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know what he does. He needs to know. He needs to learn who is he. He needs to make these things into order somehow. So once you know everything you put into order, this is the Virgo sign, then you're ready to connect to the other person. So that's why Virgo, obviously every energy is important, but that's why Virgo is also very important energy because it brings the balance in ourselves, so we can do the balance with our other self, our partner. So Virgo as a sign, Virgo is ruled by Mercury as well. They're more logical and rational rather than emotional. So Mercury rules also with Gemini. But what's the difference between Gemini and Virgo is that if Gemini just gathers information just for the sake of it, the Virgo gathers information, organizes, analyzes, makes it from complex simple, and that's how Virgo gives the information to the world. So this is one of my missions. I have Virgo sun. So what I do, I read from books, from Google, from everywhere. I gather all the information there, and then I analyze it, I organize it, I structure it so I can present it to you. This is one of the higher vibrations of Virgo. And obviously, when I was younger, I was in my lower vibrations, and I will tell you about this as well. So Virgo digests all these things. So that's why Virgo as a sign, as energy, rules with the digestive system. So if your life is in chaos, you could have problems with your digestive system. Virgo also rules health. So the physical body, good food, good eating. So see if Taurus would go into overindulgence, Virgo would be disciplined with this, or should be, the higher vibration. So when we're young, the lower vibration of Virgo is to be fussy, to be perfectionist, to be critical, chaotic, neurotic. But then the higher vibration, when you know yourself, when you experience a lot of things in life, when you come after your 30s, after your Saturn return. If you haven't seen my video about Saturn, go and see it. It would be very useful. Then the Virgo as an energy could be very efficient and effective, very warm, caring. As I mentioned, making complex things very simple. And serving others, being very useful. Virgos will happy when they know they're useful. If they feel useless, they can go into depression. And I'm telling you this from my experience. Also, eating healthy food, caring about their body, but healthy body and healthy mind. And this would be the opposite sign, Pisces. We're gonna come there as well. Now, we finish with Virgo, with the I zone. And as I said, Virgo helps you to organize everything in you, to balance your life so you can attract a lovely balanced partner. And the next energy is Libra, and Libra is our partnership, and that's the seventh house in astrology. That's where we see how our partners, our marriages, the seventh house, and this is when we connect to the other person. The motto of Libra is I balance. It's not, now the motto is not I, it's we. If Aries is I, Libra is we, and they're in opposition. That's the first house and the sixth house, and they're in opposition. But oppositions attract, you know. So the ego in Libra as energy is very weak, because see, in Aries, the sun is in its strongest position. In Libra, sun is very weak because there's no ego. Sun is about ego. So Libra would ask for balance. Libra is also fighting for equality and fairness. They're charming, they're beautiful because Venus rules with Libra people. And they always have the ability to see the other point of view, to stand in the shoes of other people. So the lower vibration of Libra would be weak ego. As I said, they can be very indecisive. So to do this or to do this, and then they think for a month, a year, 10 years, they can decide. They can be over compromising whatever you do, so not having this, the weak ego in them. They can also mirror other people because they don't have their own self, so they just copy from other people, and they're in general unconfident with themselves. That's the lower vibration of Virgo. Of Libra. The higher vibration of Libra is being balanced, gracious, compromising, peace-loving. This is Venus as well. Cooperative, helping with other people, understanding, warm and gentle. So see, we have the choice whether we will choose the low vibration of the sign, of the energy, or the high vibration, because they're given to us. So it's our choice how we will use it. You can be moaning and critical and perfectionist, or you can decide to gather information, present it to the people, make it useful, and then you feel happy. It's our choice. Next sign. So once the partner found each other, now they need to merge on every possible level: emotional, physical, psychological, and this is the sign of Scorpio. So the Scorpio's motto is I desire, and this is the sign of passion as well. So this gives Scorpio as an energy, gives the depth into the relationship, because with Libra it's only partnership. It's like being a team. We work together, we are a team. But with Scorpio we come to the deeper passion and deeper things in the relationship. So passion, control, obsession. Yes, so Scorpio can be very obsessive and controlling, and this can be one of the lower characteristics, to be obsessed with the partner, control the partner, be very intense. They keeping secrets, again, because Scorpio people, they have their water sign, they have a lot of emotions, but they keep them underneath. So they can be very secretive. They can be jealous, unforgiving. So if you do wrong to Scorpio people, you're done with him for a lifetime. That's it. They don't forgive. They can be cold, seeming cold, revengeful as well, because Pluto rules with Scorpio. So Pluto is very deep subconscious power that also can be used constructively or destructively. It depends on us. But Scorpio is also the sign of regeneration, and they have this capacity to gather a lot of energy, a lot of emotions, and then transform it and make it into their power. So making the bad good, making the destruction construction. This is their power. It's very powerful sign. So again, it depends on the experience of the soul, whatever this soul learned in this life and how this soul would develop. They are like the bird phoenix who can rise from the ashes and start a new life, because this is the sign of rebirth as well. This is Scorpio. They also can make the poison into cure. They have healing power. And now I talk about energetic things when I talk about healing. Okay, the next sign is Sagittarius. So this soul now connected to partner, and now this soul would like to explore the world, to go far away, to widen his horizons. And this is the energy of traveling, to get to know the world, to get to know what's far away. And this is also the sign of searching the meaning of life. And this is the sign of belief. Here we start asking ourselves, what's the purpose of this life? Is there something out there? Because this is their opposite sign to Gemini, so they're also very curious, but they go much deeper with the knowledge, because Sagittarius is a sign they rule with also higher education, master degree, like deeper really knowledge and very deep wisdom as well. They're very optimistic, positive, they like philosophy, and they like freedom in general. They can be honest, outgoing, very intelligent, as I said, very sociable and pleasant people. On the other extreme, the lower end, they can be blunt, non-committal, because they like freedom. So they can be also another Don Juans in the horoscope, like Gemini. They can be also stubborn and prone to arguments, because don't forget that Sagittarius is a fire sign as well, and the ego in Sagittarius is very strong as well. So they can be opinionated. But in general, this is a sign that expands. Jupiter rules with Sagittarius, so Jupiter expands the knowledge, expands the world, the horizon, the view of the world, and everything, really. Next sign, Capricorn. So Capricorn's motto is I achieve. So once the soul gathers so much experience through all the 9 signs, now this soul would like to achieve something, to leave a legacy to this world. And this is, when we talk about Capricorn, we talk about the 10th house in astrology, and this is our career. So these are people who would like to be maybe known to the public, to be, they're usually disciplined, they are serious, they are very ambitious, patience, they're seeking success in the world, really, and they're very scared of failure, so they need to succeed. The soul now has gained so much experience, and now this soul needs to do something to have a public success, so that everybody can recognize this success. And these are the achievers. And the representer, the symbol is the goat, and the goat is avid climber, so they also want to climb at the top of the mountain. So this would be the career people. So on the lower vibration, these people can be dark, arrogant, ruthless, full of fears, but on the higher, they give us ambition, social success, strategy, publicity, and they are very practical. This is an earth sign, so they are very practical. Oh yes, Aquarius. Don't forget Aquarius. So the next sign is Aquarius. And this is, we're entering the age of Aquarius. So Aquarius people are they're very sociable. So for Aquarian people, it is very important, now that I achieved something, I left legacy to this world. Now I would like to help other people socialize. In Aquarius, there's no ego. They're humanitarians. They like helping other people, and they're also interested in science, in spirituality. It's a very spiritual sign, but they also like the freedom. So that's why they are kind of looking cold, like the Capricorn as well. There are not much emotions in Aquarius, but they are very pro-modern oriented. They're rebels, they like technology, they would like to go far into the future, explore other planets, live on Mars, bring extraterrestrials to the Earth. So this is the Aquarian energy. It's what Uranus rules with Aquarius. So Uranus is the rebel. It's always opposite the tradition. So they, on a lower vibration, they can be distant, cold, eccentric. Well, eccentric, I don't see eccentric as a negative word. It can be neutral. I think it depends to what limit. Different, chaotic, neurotic, prone to envy and demanding. This would be the lower vibration. On the higher vibration, Aquarius is a great sign. They're humanitarians, helping other people, very friendly. They have ideals, the hippie movie, different things, rebels against the society and doing something new, unconventional. They help other people. They're altruist. There's no ego in Aquarius. They like new world, new technology, far future, etc. And the last sign, and the most complicated and complex sign, is the sign of Pisces. So once the soul experience all this experience on the earth, experience the chronos, the time on the earth, the material world, and experience and conquered all the world, now this soul would like to connect to the universe. It's like, I had enough of the earth now I would like to connect to something which is above this. So this is the sign of Pisces, and the motto of Pisces is I believe. So these people are great dreamers. They dream about ideal world, utopia world where everything is perfect. Neptune rules with Pisces, and Neptune can bring a lot of creative energy, a lot of talents. The biggest artists like Picasso, musicians like Tchaikovsky and Beethoven, they are the people who did the greatest masterpieces. This is the energy of Neptune and the Pisces, because all these dreams and illusions, they should use in a positive way, in a constructive way, and make masterpieces. The other extreme, the other option would be to get disappointed from this life, from this earth, which is earth of time and chronos, to get disappointed and fall into depression. So that's why Pisces, their sign as an energy, they're mostly prone to depression, because they get disappointed, because they have these fantasies and ideals about the perfect world. I'm talking too much. So as I said, this is very complex energy. So if you have children who are Pisces, be careful with them, because they're very emotional. There's no ego in them. You would be, the parents are the model for these people. So their personality will be shaped according to you. So if the parents are constructive, the Pisces child can be constructive, but unfortunately there are parents with destructive behavior, and then the Pisces would follow this behavior or fall into depression. So there also, because Neptune rules with water, with alcohol, with drugs. Why? Because with these things we escape from this world. So everything that we use to escape from the reality, it's Neptunian, it's Piscean energy. And again, as I said, this can be constructive or destructive way. So destructive would be through drugs. Constructive would be you compose music or you paint. You escape, because you live in your own world when you listen to music or when you paint. It's another world, and this is in a constructive way. So this is the lower vibration, the depression, drugs, escaping the reality. The higher vibration would be people who are very organized, because don't forget that on the other side, on the other axis, we have the Virgo. So in order Pisces to live good in this world, they need to structure and order their life, because they have a lot of emotions, and they're usually scared to get to know themselves, because they never know what can they find in the deep waters of their emotions. But once they know themselves and their emotions, they can be very comfortable with them, with their own emotions, and develop intuition and help other people as well. Because the Pisces is the sign of serving as well, but serving on a spiritual level, rather than a Virgo who serves on a more pragmatic level. So this is the energy that has the ability, the biggest ability to connect to the universe and to God. And they can really make their dreams come true if they are more persistent, if they don't go into depression, if they use their creation and their fantasies. And this is actually, Pisces is the fish, and this is actually the sign. The fish is sign of Christianity. And when I talk about Pisces, I always take, the age of Pisces was the Christian age from Jesus Christ. And this is the unconditional love, because with Pisces, there's no ego. It's love for everything and everybody, really. And they are ready to be victims for everybody. This is also what Jesus did. And this is the sign of unconditional love, because if on the other end we have Virgo who would serve you, but she would expect you to return this thing for her, or love. In Pisces, you have unconditional serving, unconditional love, and unconditional help. So these were the 12 signs, guys, through which the 12 energies through which our souls develop. And have a look at your birth chart, your sun sign with the degree. Calculate where is your identity, yourself now, because the sign is our identity. Count the degrees, and you will see, depends how many years. If you're 36, from your sun sign, you count 36 degrees, and you will see when your sun sign changed, how your soul progressed, and in what stage of development or evolution your soul is. I would like to say thank you very much to everybody. I hope you like this. And I'll see you next time, guys, with my next very interesting topic, where I will be talking about the 7 traditional planets and the 7 deadly sins, because as we all have potentials, we also have our vices as well. It will be very interesting. Stay with me. Follow my page, Astro Maria UK. You can contact me through my page for personal consultations as well. And if you have any questions, so see you next time. Have a good weekend. Bye.